And we're live! And welcome to all of my fun friends. We have an actually very, very, very special guest today.
Thank you.
Kwadwo of Elementary Chinese. Now let me go ahead and introduce him really quick. So Kwadwo is amazing. His Mandarin is much better than mine, guys. So he helps Mandarin learners because he can teach it. Because if you know it, you can teach it. I don't teach, but he does. And so he helps Mandarin learners who are struggling to improve their Chinese by showing them how to clearly choose and achieve easily their goals with their language learning. Yeah, and so they can help build like a momentum and communicate with confidence, which is very important. So definitely be sure to check out his amazing content. His tones are amazing, and he's really done his homework. And you lived in China for 11 years?
Yeah, just about.
That's a long time.
It's a long time.
Yeah, that's cool. I've only been learning Chinese for about like 7 or so years now. But you've also lived all over the world. Like you've been to like France as well. You're currently in Mexico. Like,
Stuck here.
Yeah. So you haven't just like stuck with just one language, but you've got like all of these other fun cultures and languages that you're learning. Yeah.
Bits and pieces bouncing around in my head, but yeah, French, Spanish, mainly Chinese. It's fun.
It's so cool.
It's normal. Yeah. It's normal. You are in Japan.
So yeah, I was in Japan. That's true. So I love that. Just like polyglots, yeah, like learning multiple different languages and also just falling in love with multiple different cultures. And there's so much you can learn with cultures. And today we're going to be learning about connecting specifically with Chinese friends. So previously on Kwadwo's channel, we talked about some very key phrases with when you're trying to connect with Chinese. And so we had 2 phrases. So if you guys want to check out his channel, you can see that full video. And then we also have one very important phrase left over from that video, don't we?
We do. It's you want to do it or me?
交
个朋友吧，交个朋友吧. And that is literally let's be friends. 交个朋友吧. And this is very normal for Chinese. You can say it not in the beginning, but after you've talked for a bit and chit chat. There's clearly a vibe. There's a connection because you care about them as a human. And 交个朋友吧 followed by a gesture. Cell phone, WeChat, social media. Yeah, 加个微信吧. And then the Chinese person. So take it away. Tell us more about that. You know so much, Happi, about culture. Like, it's a pleasure talking to you because you know about all this. So tell us.
With you, because I would think that there's like learning the language is one aspect of it, but then understanding the cultural context of it and also just how deep it goes, right? There's just so much to learn, but then the language is vital in order to even get to the next level. So I'd say that like even with your content, like learning that language aspect and also practical like language too. So not just from like a textbook and not just colors and numbers, but actually learning how to order at Starbucks, like how to order food, like how to talk about like these kind of subjects, like 交个朋友吧. That's so used so often. And I would say that so in China, we like everybody is like their whole life is on their phone. And the most popular like app used to like talk, the messaging app is Weixin or WeChat. So WeChat,
I think over 98% of the people have it in China. Something crazy like that. Everybody.
Yeah, like everyone. Whoever doesn't have it, just I don't know what's wrong with them. But like basically, it's just assumed that everyone in China will have WeChat because you use WeChat not just for communicating with people, but it also has so many other functions. That's probably content for an entire other video.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. So 交个朋友吧. So 交个朋友, when you have that gesture, it's like just really friendly, doesn't have any like negative connotations to it, and they'll probably the next thing that they'll talk with you about is like 一起吃饭吧. Let's go get food.
Yeah. Oh, so much culture to be had there too. But so you have a really interesting topic though. I'm quite intrigued because you know a ton about culturally connecting with music.
With music. So yes, music is a huge part of my life. And even before learning Chinese, I loved music. I loved singing. I loved dancing, performing, and just music really like spoke to me. But nothing has really spoke to me like Chinese music has. So I've had a very like long road, like a long journey with Chinese music of many different shapes, sizes, types, and genres. So with all of the different Chinese friends that I've made, I would pay attention to the music that they listen to, that they put in, that they would turn up, like use it, listen to in my car. And when I would hang out with them, like what song they were playing in the background, I would ask, well, who's the artist and who's your favorite artist? So today we have a few phrases to help everyone like start that kind of conversation and connect with people, because when you are able to sing along with your Chinese friends and you are able to connect with them through music, you become just so much closer. And then it also opens up a whole new world for all of the other Chinese that love the same song and the same artists. So I've definitely started many conversations with just bonding over the love of music.
Those are very good points. Very, very good points.
Yep. So how about you? What about your musical journey with in China?
My musical journey is nowhere near as complete or long as yours, but I do remember the first time going over to China and listening to Jay Chou, Zhou Jielun, a singer out of Taiwan, and wow, does he sing really fast. And I'm not so sure that the Chinese people who I told that I knew his songs or even attempted to sing a few of those bonded over me singing it correctly, but more like, wow, this American is fumbling through this song. Like, this is kind of cool. And that's how we bonded through like my struggle and them taking pity on me. But still.
Zhou Jielun songs, no, for Chinese, they're so hard because he has an accent. His Mandarin has an accent. And then he also has a very, like, because he's Hakka. So he speaks like Hakka Ben, I believe. Like and his speech patterns, right, are very unique. And that affects like the way that he sings as well. So he can actually rap much quicker because he's using a Southern accent. So that makes it very hard for us who have learned like Northern Chinese. We're trying to put in all of like the shi when he's just going si. So,
but it sounds okay to me. But that's because I lived in Xiamen, which is like an island right across from Taiwan, actually. In the south of China. So I'm used to, like you said, Hakka, and Minanhua is another language that's spoken all in that area of Fujian province, but definitely in Taiwan too. And look at us getting off topic.
That's true. But it is on topic because it's the music and the culture, because it just really brings people together. So Jay Chou is huge. He actually represents many different generations, particularly my generation in China. So if you ask your Chinese friends, they will for sure know at least like 5 to 10 of his songs.
Okay.
Usually
I wish we should go back to China and test it out.
Let's do. Oh, that would be wonderful. I've always wanted to do something like that. So for the first question that we have, though, to actually practically ask this in Chinese would be how to ask their favorite Chinese singer. So 你最喜欢的中国歌手是谁?
And good tones, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
No, really good tones. Like, I mean, I talked to plenty of people, but like you guys like obviously you follow Happi, you know Happi, but her tones are quite good. I'm a Chinese teacher, so I just got to give.
He's a Chinese
respect.
teacher.
I got to give respect.
His opinion actually really means a lot.
No, I'm not just saying it because I'm a guest on your channel either. Like your tones are on point, so like you guys should learn tones from me.
Do tell me when I mess up, though. That's the only way that I can learn.
Not alive. So, 你最喜欢的这个，你最喜欢的啊，这是太小，我看不懂。最喜欢的中国歌手是谁？So, this 中国歌手，中国 China 歌手 would be a singer, and 最喜欢 is the one that you like the most, and 你 is you. So, 你最喜欢的中国歌手是谁？ Who is your 你最喜欢的中国歌手是谁呢？
薛之谦。
薛之谦。
Okay, 我们有个问题。So, 薛之谦 is my favorite singer. He's from Shanghai, and he was He's
是
80后的 but
80后
he
Alright.
is extremely popular.
Yeah.
His most famous song is 演员. So if you were anywhere in China from 2016 to 2018, you would hear his song 演员 probably on every other corner. 该被和你演出的我掩饰而不见. Yeah,
I'm gonna
so
have to go.
薛之谦.
Cool.
那你呢？你最喜欢的中国歌手是谁呢？
我现在不熟中国歌手吧，我就讲一种中国歌吧，主要是民歌，我喜欢听民歌。民歌就是民歌 if you guys don't know is like folk music, but it has this 我以为叫民谣，其实然后你就叫我你就跟我说了叫民歌。It's like it has this, 都可以哈。It has this really nice tune to it. And I like it. And I remember being in China, somebody introducing me to this kind of genre only last year. And like we were just sitting there listening. It was actually while I was doing another like collab in Beijing. Actually, I just met up with a friend. So, Min Ge. Where's your favorite place to go? Another quick off-topic question, but do you use QQ Music? Where do you go to your Chinese music? I think the viewer might want to know where they can go.
I use QQ 音乐, so all of my 音乐 is through QQ 音乐 here.
Okay.
So QQ.
Cool.
So I don't do Spotify or any of that because everything that I need in life is right here. So QQ 音乐, this is where I have all of my music.
Wow.
And also, yeah, what's huge about this is that the lyrics are available as well. So even when I was on the train over in China, going from one area to the next, like I would sit down and just be listening to my music while studying the 歌词, so the lyrics of it. So I would say that has also really helped me with my Chinese. And I've learned a lot of Chinese actually through Xue Zhiqian's songs.
Nice. I'm here learning from you about culture and connecting with Chinese people over music. Like the points that you talked about are really good.
Thank you. I've just lived it.
Yeah, it works.
So we have another song. Another 一句话. So, have you ever been to KTV?
Absolutely. It's a little bit different. It's a little bit different from like Western KTV.
Is there Western KTV?
Yeah. Well, I guess when I think of KTV, I compare it with like karaoke, and like you're in your private room with the big screen TV, and versus in a bar in front of everyone. So a little less pressure.
Little less, except it's like within you. Except you usually. Yeah, the expectations are different with KTV as opposed to like live karaoke.
Yeah.
Or open mic.
I would say it's okay. It's okay to be off tune or off pitch in KTV in a closed room with your Chinese friends.
Yeah. And it's also okay to be crazy and fun. I would say some of my most fond memories were 就玩骰子. So 就摇骰子 and while playing like KTV.
Right?
Yes, exactly. So 骰子 is dice.
You know it. Yep. Inside of the little cup though thing, like where you okay. Yes. Oh my gosh, you guys, if you haven't been to China, you gotta get to China. You have to experience some of this. So when you're at KTV.
Yes. So when I'm at KTV, I would say that when you're with your friends, sometimes it's hard kind of to decide who's going to sing first and also what song, because you kind of have to feel, okay, what song would everybody enjoy, or is it just for me? And you also take turns, so there's this kind of whole culture along with KTV. But I do a question that I get a lot when we just arrived to the KTV is 你最拿手的歌是什么? So what is your best song? So do you want to kind of explain this phrase? 你最拿手的歌是什么? Yeah.
You're putting me on the spot. So
you're a teacher.
I guess the hardest thing here, you guys, is 拿手. So that literally 拿 means to take, right? And 手 is your hand. So 拿手 is actually a very good wow, Happy, thank you for bringing this up because nasho, you can use it in restaurants if you want to know, like, what is the
Yeah.
recommended or the best dish? Nasho, 菜, right? So,
Mhm.
nasho, good. It's like, what one do you sing the best? What's your best song? And you want to ask them their best song. That way, when they sing, your ears don't bleed.
Yeah. Or also they know where to set their expectation for the rest of the night.
Right, right. So 最 means like the most, the best, the ultimate, right? And
Ultimate.
nacho 的歌是什么？歌 is a song, 是什么 is what? And if you need to get into the grammar, I like this whole the thing. I call it's the ownership particle. It means the noun that comes after the the possesses the adjective quality that comes before the the. So when you say 最拿手, that's like your best, right? And that comes before the. And so it's like your best what? What is the noun that comes after the? It's the song. So 你最拿手的歌是什么？
你最拿手的歌是什么？那你呢？你最拿手的歌是什么呢？
不好意思，我现在很少唱歌，我什么都唱的都不好听。
那你是去 KTV 听对吧？
我应该是可以这么说吗？我好久没有去 KTV，然后很不好意思跟你们分享，我去 KTV 的时候，虽然是跟中国人去，我大部分时候也是唱英文歌，太丢脸了。
这些都是什么朋友？ So actually, I have a very similar experience. When I was studying abroad in Shanghai, I went all of my classmates for my Chinese classes, of course, were like 外国人, were foreigners. So one time as a band, like as a group, all of us classmates, we went to KTV together, and I'm the only American there. I'm the only like English speaker there. They're all Korean, Japanese, Russian, Ukraine, and just they all don't speak English, yeah? But we get to KTV, and all of them are singing these random English songs like Lady Gaga and and I'm over here thinking, but is it KTV for Chinese songs? Yeah. So I actually like have only really listened to Japanese, Chinese, Korean songs for like 8 years probably. For the past 8 years. Yeah. So I am very behind in my English songs.
That's okay.
Actually.
That's all right.
Yeah. But so that was a very interesting experience because I'm like, I'm here in China, we're at a KTV, and I'm with all these foreigners speaking like singing English songs. I might need to go back to my Chinese friends. So it was very interesting experience. But I would say that for me, 最近 so recently 我最拿手的歌是说散就散. So this
that
is a song
sounds like a sad song.
It's a sad song. That's my favorite part. Like KTV, it just lets you be emotional for 5 minutes.
They're breaking up?
So 说散说散.
They're breaking up, right? Yeah.
Yeah, breaking up, yeah. So it's like 说不上来别说话一点喜欢 谢谢
Oh, dang. You're not supposed to sing that loud. YouTube's going to slap you at copyright because they're going to think that's the real song. You're singing it too good.
Oh, don't worry. I already checked. But no, I do love that song so much. It's like just like is able to sing your heart. So I would say that Chinese music for me particularly, because we're such positive people, right?
Yeah.
And with positive attitudes, we also like have other emotions that are really nice to be able to let out. And I see that KTV in China specifically, because they have like 压力很大, they have lots of pressure from society and from work and from family. So KTV is this beautiful, safe space for them to be able to process those emotions with their songs. So I've had the honor of being a part of a lot of those processing like times. And
the culture that you have is just, you got a lot of Chinese culture. Okay, wow.
Thank you.
That's really cool.
都感谢我朋友. So it's really all thanks to all of my friends that have just been so kind in teaching me about all of this and letting me experience and letting me into their lives, like welcoming me into their lifestyle. And they're just the way that they hang out, where they go, and just like 地调 最地道的 like the most like local kind of like lifestyle. And that's really what I live for. Like sightseeing is nice, but it's really like the local culture that really like 抓住我的心，打动我的。
That's great. You must share more on my channel for that.
Oh, I would love to. That would be fun. And then also for everyone, this is actually just our very first time like collaborating together. But he's such a wonderful personality. Like, look at his smile. Like, it's just joy. It's just this joy that's just like it's overwhelming. And also that really helps with motivating, motivating to like learn different languages, because Chinese can be very discouraging sometimes.
It's hard.
Yeah. And so just surrounding yourself with positive friends that are patient and also will introduce to you like these very kind like concepts like at your own pace is just really helpful. So don't surround, if you have like certain Chinese friends that are just laughing at you all the time when you try to speak Chinese, don't hang out with them. They do not help.
Okay, but culture point.
Yes.
What is the laughing? Because if you see laughing, we might feel really dumb because we're vulnerable, we're making mistakes in a foreign language, but
definitely
Chinese laughing isn't always the same.
Yes, so I would say that for me, my personal experience with that is there are certain kinds of laughs that are like, oh, you're so cute, you're trying, you can do it, like let me help you out. So there's that kind of laughing, which is more sympathetic. Then there's the laughing of, I've worked very hard to learn English and I feel that I am in a better place than you, but they've also been laughed at a lot, so they're kind of finally getting the last laugh. So that is kind of that hierarchy, like you're the
I'm sorry.
So that aspect. So I would say that for someone who has worked so hard with learning their own languages, so like a Chinese that has learned English for a very long time, and then for them, and they work really hard, like in school, all of like the memorizing just countless words, and that's very like they have to be very diligent and it's very tiring. And for them to go through all of that and then to meet somebody like else that is trying to learn the language but is at a much earlier stage, right? They're not going to, they have a choice to be very compassionate and say, oh, I was like you once, or they can be like, haha, I'm not like you anymore, like take that. So there's that kind of difference. So I would say that's just kind of human on human rather than Chinese versus foreigner. So yeah, because they can do that to their own people as well, like people that are learning English, right?
It's not everybody. It's not everybody. Like you just said, if your friend does that, maybe go find a friend that you hang out with more.
Definitely, yeah. Just people that are positive and people that will teach you good things too, not just all the swear words. There are those too.
But we're not going to learn those. We're not going to learn those.
No, we are not. So definitely make sure that you learn all of the good stuff with Kwadwo on his channel. Now, we do have one more thing.
I'll teach us that.
So we have one more phrase.
We do.
So this is, I think that you need this more in your life.
On my channel.
Yes.
I do need this more in my life, but you guys, we're going to have to come over to my channel to learn this phrase.
Yup, definitely. But yeah, so we will see everybody over on Kwadwo's channel, and we are also very excited to be able to do this more in the future. This is going to be so much fun. This has been such an honor to be able to talk with you. Thank you so much. And everybody be sure to subscribe and like check out his channel. It's awesome. So we will see you guys.
Oh, wow. Thank you. Tap the screen right there. See you later.
Yep. And then, do you remember? I just learned.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Okay.
Good study.
Study.
Good study.
Good study. Day up for.
Day up. See you on my channel. Let's finish this there.
Bye.